Hey, today's video, we're talking about what to share when constructing your brand and how using your authenticity is the secret sauce to leading to more customers, leading to attracting more people, leading to a bigger, more thriving, more engaged tribe of fans and followers. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you're going to see how you're going to really be able to explode your brand over the competition, because so many people are afraid of this one thing. But I'm going to share it with you today. So let's get into it. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and thanks for tuning in. I'm your boy, Cortez, from personalbranding365.com, and I'm on a mission, man, to help you build a attractive, powerful, and profitable personal brand that's going to set you up as an authority in the marketplace, that's going to attract to you your ideal clients, and is going to lead to those clients becoming raving fans and paying customers. But you got to do this one thing if you're going to seriously build a personal brand. And I'm going to share with you what I often get asked. Cortez, is there anything off limits when it comes to my personal brand? What do I share? What don't I share? And where do I draw that line? Well, listen, man, your personal brand is you. It is who you are. The good, the bad, and dare I call you ugly, right? It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's not so much a matter of what to share, but more so a matter of how you share it, even when it comes to those negative things. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you guys might want to go ahead and get that out of the way. But let's talk about some of the things that you should be including in your personal brand. And I'm going to kind of on some of these go both the negative and the positive side, right? So number one, starting with education, right? Some of you guys have degrees out the wazoo, and sometimes you don't feel like you should share those things because you don't want to make other people feel bad. And then some of you guys are like me. I didn't finish college, so I dropped out after the second semester, but I really checked out after the second week, right? And how you share that is more important than whether you share it or not. You should, it's a part of who you are. You should definitely share it, right? So even when I share the fact that I'm a college dropout, I share it from a standpoint of people can learn the lesson from that, hey, you could be a college dropout and you can still be successful in life, right? You can still run a business as a college dropout, right? Some of you guys have those college degrees and you're running a business, right? You could share it from the standpoint of, hey, I've got a college degree and I wasn't fulfilled in corporate America. So I now have a personal brand in this particular area. So your education is something that you should share, right? Your passions, right? The number one reason that you should be sharing more of who you are with your audience is because it deepens the relationship, right? And I don't care what business you're in, all businesses are relationship businesses, right? So here's the thing that's keeping most people from building powerful personal brands is their unwillingness to be vulnerable. I don't want to put all my business in the street, Cortez. Well, guess what? Every time you put business in the streets, it gives people another reason to connect with you, sometimes on a deeper and more intimate level. And that's why your tribe is following you, because they feel like they are like you. You are like them. How do they know that you guys are alike? Because of the personal brand, because of what you're sharing, because of your authenticity, your willingness to be vulnerable instead of presenting yourself as if you are perfect. Remember, nobody, ladies and gentlemen, like perfection. Think about it. When's the last time you saw something that, or someone who was, had that aura as if they were perfect and made you want to follow them, right? No, even your biggest stars and entertainers, it's their backstories, where they come from, that make you follow them, not necessarily where they are today, right? So your goals, right? Always share your goals, right? For two reasons. Number one, people can relate to those, but number two, your tribe will actually hold you accountable to those things, right? What about your past successes, right? What have you done in previous lives, whether that is your career, whether that is like me, I've had success in the past in the MLM space. I have success now in the personal branding space. I had success as a manager in corporate America. Share those things, because again, it opens the door for more and more people to relate to you, right? What about your experiences? One of the things that you absolutely want to get good at, right? And I talked about this a lot in my ebook, Personal Branding 365. If you haven't gotten a copy of that, you definitely want to click on the link in the description and get that. But your experiences and learning how to tell them in story format, right? Think about anybody who's really charismatic, right? What draws people to them is their ability to tell a good story. You've seen people, you walk into a room full of people and you see these little pockets and there's crowds gathered around this person and that person. What are they doing? In most cases, they're just telling stories. So as someone who's building a personal brand, you've got to get good at telling stories, right? About your experiences, right? My first experience in network marketing went horribly wrong, right? But I learned a great lesson. My friends and I were in a rap group in 98, 99. And one of the ways that we thought about funding our studio sessions and all of that kind of stuff, we were introduced to network marketing at the time. And Guy showed us a presentation, drew some circles on the board and said, man, you can make all of this money, if you channel some of your energy this way. And we signed up at the biggest package. I think it was $500 or something like that. And it was in the telecommunications industry, long distance. And man, we had no clue. I was like 18, 19 years old. I had no clue about what the MLM space was all about. Didn't know that it was, quote, a pyramid deal. And I know now that network marketing is not a pyramid. It's perceived to be and has a negative stigma attached to it. We had no clue about any of that. We just thought that, hey, if we go out and we sponsor 5 to 10 people, they go out and sponsor 5 to 10 people, we're going to create a nice residual income that's going to pay for our studio time, and we're going to be able to put this music out. And it didn't happen that way, right? But 15 years later, I learned the two most important things that you have to know to be successful in network marketing. You have to know how to market, and you have to know how to build networks, right? So why did I go through that, right? Because that story has drawn some of you in. Hey, I didn't know he was a network marketer. I didn't know that he started 20 years ago and failed miserably, right? You got to get good at telling the story of your experiences, your personality traits, your values, and your beliefs. Guys, if you don't understand anything else about being vulnerable, understand this: polarity wins, right? Take a stance based on who you are, your authentic beliefs. I am a Christian entrepreneur. Some of you guys aren't going to like that, and that's okay. Take a stand for what you believe. Trying to play the middle is boring, and it also is not profitable, right? It is when you stand to the left or to the right and you take a stance and you know that taking this stance is going to make some people mad. Just like it's going to make some people mad, it's going to be the reason that others follow you, right? So understand that sharing your beliefs are critically important. Guys, we got a few more, and before I hit those few, I want to invite you to make sure that you go ahead and like this page, like the video. And if I'm on point so far, if this is something you've been struggling with, being vulnerable, then let me know in the comments here on Facebook. I would really, really appreciate that. But I'm telling you, being vulnerable is key. So like the page, hit the see first option so the next time we go live with one of these videos or we drop something, you'll be able to get notified. And make sure you like the actual video as well, because it helps Facebook share this to more and more people. And then leave me a comment on whether or not you think I'm on base or off base with this stuff. So let's finish these last couple, right? So we talked about beliefs and values. What about your interests, right? I was sharing with one of the guys that I coach with in my Monetize My Life bootcamp, and he loves to fish. He loves to hunt. He's a big time Steelers fan, right? And one of the football franchises that Steelers fans hate is Baltimore and also the Cowboys. So, and he's in the insurance industry. So I was just sharing with him. I said, man, you know what? If I were you, I would get in my best Steelers jersey and Steelers hat, and I would do a Facebook Live and say, hey, I know you need life insurance, but if you're a Cowboys fan, I cannot serve you, right? Because that speaks to his interest. He likes to fish. He likes to hunt. A lot of times we like to hide this stuff as we're building our personal brands, and that's a mistake, guys. Because when he's sitting down with someone who likes to hunt and likes to fish, he can talk to them about, you know what? Having the right coverage is going to make sure that if something happens to your spouse, your home is going to be paid for. Your debts are going to be paid for. And if you're like me, one of the things I love to do when I'm stressed, when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling sad, I like to be able to go out and get on the lake and cast a few lines. Well, it's a lot easier to do that when your debts are wiped away, even if you're grieving a loved one, right? You can incorporate your interests, and that brings people deeper into your brand, right? What motivates you, right? If you're sharing what motivates you, chances are it connects to what motivates other people as well. And last but not least, what do you want to achieve, right? Again, that's two things, just like sharing your goals. I share what I want to achieve publicly because it's a way of what I call forced accountability. I'm always talking about I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm always talking about I'm going to help 1,000 families start or grow their business in the next 12 months. I'm always talking about my next product launch and what I got going on, not to be braggadocious, but to state publicly, which is a way that I know all of you guys who follow are saying, Cortez, you said you're going to help 1,000 families. How you coming on that mission, man? Right? It's going to hold me accountable. But also, a lot of you guys have similar dreams and aspirations. And you're going to be saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to follow this guy and see what he's doing to hit his dreams, to fulfill his mission. And maybe I can take some cues from him to get me closer to my own personal mission. So, my friend, hopefully you got some value out of this, right? We're going to recap really quickly, right? We're talking about education, passions, goals. Being vulnerable creates a deeper relationship with your followers and your fan base. They really feel like they know you. And we all know that nobody is buying a product or service unless they first know, like, and or trust you, right? So when you share your education, your passions, your goals, your past successes, your experiences, your personality traits, your values, your beliefs, your interests, what motivates you, what you want to achieve, it gives people multiple data points to connect with you on, and it deepens the relationship. So let me know, what are your biggest takeaways from today's quick training? And have you ever struggled with being vulnerable publicly as part of your brand? And don't forget, like the page here on Facebook, like the video itself, and then leave me a comment of your biggest takeaway. Have you ever felt you were being too vulnerable when you're building and constructing your brand? Let me know in the comments, man. I'd like to get your thoughts on that. Till next time, get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.